Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join a discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. If you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at Artie Demon. Episode 17, Family Shrub. When I first saw the title, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be an episode about, the family tree, learning about your history and everything, and learning to appreciate all the things that your ancestors did. But this episode kind of threw me for a loop because it kind of went in its own way. And what we learned is we learned some backstory to the Planter family and how they did more than, they were more than just farmers, which is interesting. How I don't know how this is going to play on the overall narrative, but it was definitely hey, it gets you thinking. But it opens up and we see like a family shrub with all the different family planters, and they're putting it together. And Anne's like, where I'm from, they call it a family tree. And then as a hot pop, he's just so funny. He's just all, yeah, that's why everyone in your world's crazy. Like, because to them, that's how it's all perspective, right? Everything that these frog people do is strange and odd, but to them, that's normal. And then the other way around, it would be odd to them. So I just like that how, and he just kind of keeps going on. He starts talking about his great aunt Gertrude. Oh, she could till the soil like anyone else. And like, everyone's like, their family was lame. And like, oh, you could wait till you get hold of the king. Like, oh, he was a king. Yeah, he was the king of the single tier irrigation system, whatever. Like all these like very mundane type of things. And even they're like, oh, did we have any cool family members who did like, there were artists or scientists or warriors or anything like that? Like, no, they were just all simple kind of farmers. And Hop Pop's like, oh, it's that they did important things too, but like it's all like farming stuff. And he even brings up, I guess there was another Anna, like, oh, of course she's going to be cool. But, Hop Pop's like, oh, she was, talking about how they were just more mundane people. And then Anne's like, forget this, I'm not a planner, so this really doesn't mean much to me. So she's like playing her little like Tetris type video game on her phone. And she's just, just not interested. But then even Hop Pop's like, hey, you don't even have to be a planner to be part of the family. But she's not listening, she doesn't even care, which I thought was kind of lame. Yeah, for her to do that, I at least appreciate them a little bit. They ran out of glue, so they don't to put all the pictures on the shrub or whatever. So Hop Pop's like, hey, I'm gonna go buy more glue. You guys stay here. I'll be right back. They're all bored and they're complaining. Spriggs, I can't believe you didn't have anything. Look at this painting up here. Can it be any more, like ordinary? And that's like the American Gothic, but like the frog version. And it's a secret passageway. Like he pushes on it, opens up, and the fireplace flips around. Very ominous and scary. And Polly's just, I love these little quick jokes because, like I said this before, it doesn't really linger on the joke, and they just say these outlandish, crazy things, and they just move on. Like, oh, I wonder what's down here. There could be all kinds of cool stuff. And Polly's all, there could be dead bodies. Let's go. Like she wants to find a dead person.
We have to go down there. There could be treasure or dead bodies. Let's do it.
So they grab their lantern and the door shuts behind them. So it's either you got to keep going forward. So they're going through this creepy, tunnels and everything. And they find like a laboratory, specimens in jars. And Sprig couldn't be happier. He's running around. Oh, look at this. Look at this. And what'd this do? And he's like screwing with all the levers and all the pulleys. Don't just grab and push on random things. That's what's going to get you killed. And here, this part is every female Marvel comic character in the last 10 years. It's all about the science and more science.
Wow!
You find like a mandragora thing like in a jar and it's like alive. It's really super creepy. And like, oh, people, Sprig's like, people could break in and steal these things. And Anne's like, I definitely wouldn't want to steal any of this stuff. It's super creepy.
Who wouldn't want to steal this stuff? Me? I don't want to steal this stuff.
But they're seeing some like paperwork. I guess this guy that was down here was he's a scientist, and he get kind of a Frankenstein type of scientist. Like he crossbred a brain and a pumpkin to make like a creature. And Sprig, being a dummy, like pulls a random lever and opens up the Rancor pit. Like in Star Wars, this giant, sentient monster pumpkin comes crawling out. This thing can't die. Like, how long has this thing been down here? It starts screaming at them, and it's like, what are the guts of the pumpkin, like all the seeds and everything. It's all flying out of their faces. They're still screaming. It flies in their mouths. There's so much gross stuff in this show, but it's so funny because it just quick cuts to Hop Pop's like they're in this crazy situation, and Hop Pop's in the most mundane, unexciting thing ever, going to buy glue from the hardware store. And Hop Pop's like, oh, what kind of glue should I get? And he's looking around. There's all the hundreds of different types of glues. Meets the woodworker. I guess this is his. He has the hardware section of his shop, and he's like, hey, I'm looking for some glue to fix my family shrub. And he's like, oh, Hop Pop, all you need to fix that is right here. And he points at his heart, and then Hop Pop's like a little tear in his eye.
Oh, Hop Pop, all you need for that is this.
I love this comedy so much. It's like, no, I'm talking about this. And he pulls out this little super glue. This is all you need. It'll fix everything. You can even fix your house. He's like, you know what? This gives me more options. What an amazing adventure I'm on right now. We come back to Anne, Polly, and Sprig. That little mandrake thing breaks open and it's all screaming. It's so creepy. There's pumpkin things thrashing around. And like, what do we do? How do we beat this? And Sprig's like, I got an idea. He goes up to it. Like, oh my, this thing's going to kill you. He goes and hugs it. I wish I could play the whole entire clip, but Disney will strike me down. So I'll try to play as much as I can, and maybe little bits of it. But basically, he kind of goes up there and hugs it. Oh, Mama Sprig's here. You disgusting, horrible, beautiful boy. And he's giving it compliments, but at the same time, he's like saying how disgusting and horrible it is.
There, you beautiful, disgusting thing. Oh, you horrible, horrible, sweet boy.
But it's like, oh, thank you. And he's like, he doesn't talk, but he's like, you can tell that he's liking the fact that Sprig's like hugging him. He's like, oh, and I love you. And Sprig gets this look on his face. The facial features, the expressions are golden in this show. And then he goes, oh, no, I don't see this. He says you'll be able to forgive me for doing this. Kicks him right back into the cage and locks him back in there. And Polly's like, man, that was ice cold. It's like, oh, love is the most dangerous thing of all. You got that right.
Dude, that was ice cold. Love is the cruelest weapon.
They fall through the floor to another another room, and this room's filled with weapons. It's like an armory, and that's where that Anna was from. She was like a warrior, and she has like a war journal. She fought all these like the war of 18 something. She basically was like this great warrior lady, and she wasn't just a turnip farmer. She was turned up, and she got all buffed out. But so we're starting to figure out this planter family just weren't farmers. They did a bunch of other stuff too. But why hide it? So there's got to be something here. There's got to be a reason why they were being kept secret for so long. All these weapons are everywhere, and Polly grabs like this morning star, and she's just like swinging it around. And like an idiot, Sprig pulls another lever, and all these like traps spring open. You got a very the things are swinging back and forth. There's robot frogmen swinging swords, and we got Anne's like, Sprig, stop pulling on levers. Sprig's like, levers are meant to be pulled, Anne. That's what we do. Like, he can't help himself.
Will you please stop pulling levers? Levers are for pulling, Anne.
But I guess this is a training scenario. So they have to make their way to the other side, and like, okay, we gotta take her time, gotta be careful. But then Polly's like, no way. She just like swings the freaking her flail Morningstar around just to get through real quick and just smashes through everything. So again, I guess Polly takes after her whatever great aunt or great grandma Pollyanna. We get back to Grandpa, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just buy all the glues. You can never have too much glue. Gets scared because the shop owner guy keeps popping up. Scares him. He drops all the glue on himself. He's getting all covered in it. He's like, oh, I gotta help me. I need water. He's rolling around, smashing into cabinets, getting more glue on him. Dumps his head in a thing. He thinks it's water, but it's just more glue. So he ends up looking like this disgusting glue monster. I need your help. He's oh no. The funny thing is, just calm down, but they're just overreacting to everything. We get back to the crew of Polly, Ann, and Sprig. They find another chamber, and this was an honorary planter. She was a newt, and she collected all these games and puzzles and stuff. And so I'm thinking maybe she has something to do with that puzzle box, or at least that music box that Ann has. And she has like a game of, it looks like Sorry. So I'm wondering if there's been other travelers to this world. But Ann's like, whoa, you don't even have to be a actual planter to be part of the family. And like, then she's like, Ann can be part of this family too, which I think was, part of this whole situation was learning that you don't have to be related to be family. As long as you love and care about each other, you can be a family. And I love these little like corny things, and then even Sprig, you know, he drops this on her.
Luann, looks like you've solved the puzzle of your own heart.
Wow. Hit the puzzle of your heart. I just love this stuff. They hug it out and they're all like in tears and happiness. And Polly's like, how about we solve the puzzle of getting the hell out of here? She's just getting the heck, but it'd been so funny if she would have said hell. We see a wall and I'm like, oh, it's a puzzle wall. It looks like Tetris. It's like, I don't know, physical Tetris. Anne's like, oh, I can figure this out because it's just like her game. She starts it up, but then it's like, oh, it's the Sun Around Death round, so you have to keep working it. And then the pieces are falling just like Tetris. And it's even playing like the classic music that's like a, you know, non-copyright infringing version of the song. Tetris is awesome. And 15 PCA is we all love puzzle games on this podcast, but Native, he can play Tetris probably better than anyone I've ever actually known. I can hang with him for a while, but he can play like level like 99, like at super speed. It's just crazy how he can work these puzzles the way he does. But that's basically what's happening here. So he solves the puzzle, but the walls are closing in. She beats it, and the roof keeps falling, and then she's like, oh, boo-hoo, right in your face, Hop Pop. You know, games don't rot your brain, they make you smarter, but she keeps, like, gloating. This thing's gonna kill you, Anne. Move your freaking butt. They get through there, and Hop Pop finally makes his way home, and Anne, Sprig, and Polly come through, like, I guess another trap door, which was the secret hidden door of the grandfather clock. They come rolling through like, oh, Hop Pop, we found this secret layers, or the family does all these things, it's so great. And they're trying to explain all these things to him, and he's like, oh wow, I knew I was right, and he wanted to see these rooms too. Is Hop Pop playing this up? I think he knows more than he's letting on, but why hide it from his family? Maybe he doesn't want them to get hurt, or maybe people have died in some of these wars and he doesn't want that for his grandkids. I don't know, but I'm thinking he's lying here because he's making it sound like he didn't know about this stuff either. But he's like, oh, I want to see these rooms too. So he runs down there and he's basically screaming for help from the very beginning. And then the family goes in to go help him. So that's the end of this episode. Interesting. A lot of, we learn a lot of backstory about the family, how they did all this kind of great and crazy things. Will this play into further episodes? I think it will. I don't think the show has done anything and it not lead to something. So very interesting. And I think Hop Pop he's lying. He knows more than he's putting on. But why is he doing it? I don't know. That's the mystery. But, going into, we're going to keep doing more reviews. I want to get some more out every day. So stay tuned for the next episode.
Love is the cruelest weapon.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.